This video is sponsored by the Foggy Dew, Dublin's legendary pub, located beside the Central Bank and Temple Bar. Come in for great nights, pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection.
Hey everybody, Richie here from the Metal Cell Podcast. I've got three special guests tonight. I've got Steve, can we say it from Bad Boat now, officially?
Yeah.
We can indeed, that's good. I've Gareth from Sky Pilot. Or Gareth.
Yeah.
And I've got Carl, finally, from Two Tales of Woe and Ghosts of War. And welcome to the show again, Carl. It's been a while.
Thanks, Rich. It's great to be back on, and thanks for having us all on. It's great to be here. Cheers.
Yeah, so it's a special one tonight. It's Cancer Puncher 2, 24th of May from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the Oh Yeah Centre in Belfast. So for a punter like me, how would I find the Oh Yeah Centre, and is there alcohol being served there?
There is, just to get that clear. There is alcohol, and it's in the Cathedral Quarter in Belfast. So
Right.
it's just down in the old part, in the main part of the city, but just down towards the older area, the one that's sort of being upgraded all the time now. Yeah, so it's the Cathedral Quarter. I can't remember the name of the street, but it's not that hard to find. It's fairly big.
And what made you go for that place, Steve?
I kind of wanted to. I mean, when I did the first one, and it was fairly successful. Like, I mean,
Yeah, it was.
I raised £3,000, so I got to do 1,000 to each charity kind of thing. And this is the last time I'm going to do it, so I wanted to kind of go a wee bit bigger. I mean, the OES Centre it's a fantastic venue. It's set up literally just for things like this.
Oh wow!
It's like a hub, kind of music hub thing. I mean, there's studios above it, start togethers on the next floor kind of thing. So it's just whenever there was that good of a venue, I was actually in there just sort of recording an audiobook kind of thing, and the guy who runs it was running about, and I just sort of had a notion. I thought, well, I wonder what it would cost to get it put on in here, because the setup was that good, and it wasn't that bad price wise.
Okay.
And then whenever I went back to the Deer's Head to see what they were going to offer, their price had sort of gone up a wee bit,
Okay.
so there wasn't much difference. And I thought, well, if there's only going to be like 10 or 20 quid difference, I might as well I'll shoot for the moon kind of thing and go for the OES Centre. And no, I'm glad I did, because they're very helpful, and they're pretty well known. So not that the Deer's Head weren't, the Deer's Head were great, but as I say, I just wanted to try something different to sort of go a bit bigger this time round. See if I
Yeah,
can get
brilliant.
it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So, like, we've got Bad Boat appearing on it, Carl's Band, Two Tales of Woe, we've got Sky Pilot, we've got Foreign Wolf and Fulgurette, and is there one more to be announced?
Oh no, the boat sank. They're
boat
playing as
sank.
well. Yeah.
Class. Okay, Jesus Christ. So that's interesting. And Carl, I don't know, have your finger on the pulse with the boat sank? Have you listened to the last album with all the singers on it?
No, not yet. That's the one with a few of the lads that I know, actually, and I've yet to check it out, but it's meant to be savage, I believe.
It's good. It's really good. Yeah.
Savage. So are we going to have a few vocalists on, Steve, on the night? Guest appearance?
I don't know.
We'll leave it to the lads.
I've heard tell, but I don't want to go sort of like,
Okay, yeah.
speaking out of turn and telling tales out of school sort of thing. But as far as I know, they have. And but I don't want to go naming names or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fair enough, of course. Yeah.
So that'll be a wee surprise. That's another reason to buy a ticket to see.
People will have to go to the gig, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So for those maybe that didn't or might have missed the first one that we had on the podcast, Maybe tell us about how the first Cancer Puncher came about, and Ian from Haint and
Yeah.
his story as well.
Aye. No, well, obviously, like I said, back then, and whenever I was in Haint, and I mean, with Ian having been a friend of mine since I was a teenager, kind of thing.
Mm.
Obviously, our hearts were broke for him whenever he got sick, like the way he did, and like I think I said before, there was him, and then there's been a couple of other people that I know that are fairly close to me that have had similar problems, and some of them haven't been as lucky.
Okay.
And so I mean the problem's not going to go away, and so you still, whenever you hear these things, you still feel as powerless as you ever did. So it's just kind of my way of getting getting people to help me sort of kick back against it a wee bit.
Yeah.
And um yeah, it's just it's just something that I wanted to do. It just sort of felt like it was kind of a wee bit of unfinished business. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah. Especially like after raising 3 grand, like the first time,
Mhm.
like, did you ever think it would reach that level?
I didn't. I was quite
Wow.
pleasantly surprised at that. No,
Mm.
it was good to see. So I mean, as obviously I split it over like three charities, so they
Yeah.
each got a grand kind of thing. So no, it was a lot more successful than I thought. I was very pleased with it, and what's more, it was a really good night as well. It was really good. All the bands were class,
Yeah.
and the raffle went really well. There was a lad went home with the Ian's Telecaster that day.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and hopefully we'll have something similar this time round. I have a short scale SG bass that I bought new and then realized that I couldn't use it
Okay.
because it was for Owl Crusher, and the strings aren't thick enough for me to put the B on, so I can't tune it down to A. So it was no good to me.
God.
Beautiful, beautiful bass, but I just can't use it. So there's no point in it just sitting there. So that's going to be one of the raffle prizes.
Oh,
Um,
class.
so yeah. So there'll be more of that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we'll talk about the raffle in a minute actually, because
mm,
there's quite a lot of stuff there that was put in. It was amazing. So
yeah.
I'll bring in Gareth and Carl there. Like, I mean, you both would have heard about the first one, and maybe Gareth, for you first, what drew you personally to this event?
I was at the first one
Yeah,
because I was there with my own charity, Metal for Life NI.
that's right.
Sky
Yes.
Pilot weren't playing at that one, but we went along anyway. And obviously, the guys, Steve's talking about, I know them quite well too,
Mm,
so there was a lot sort of personally in it for myself and many, many other people in our sort of scene up here. So when Steve asked if we wanted to do it, said yes straight away. I mean, also the fact that we've never played in the OES Centre. It's one of the few venues we've never played in. So
okay.
that was really enticing because it's kind of cool, great venue. I've been to plenty of gigs in it, but I've never actually been on the stage, that kind of thing. So immediately it was just like, yeah, we want to do this. There's just no downside to playing this gig at all. And then as the lineup started to get confirmed and all that, it was just like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
going to be great.
yeah,
So yeah, it's also going to be Pilot's first show since Siege of Limerick last year. So we've kind of been in a bit of sort of hiatus for various reasons. We're trying to write a new album at the minute. So there might be some new material being played,
yeah. That's great
possibly
to hear,
then.
man.
So
Like,
yeah. We're taking our time over it as
I
usual.
was just going to say, you wouldn't be ones to rush it now, to be fair. Like,
Well, that's it. That's it.
Carol, yourself, do you think that there's a bit more pressure knowing that there's a bigger cause behind it for you
No,
as a band?
because
No,
absolutely not. It's a cause that's close to, I think, to most people's hearts.
great.
Absolutely. And then, of course, like Ian is a friend of mine. Most of the guys from up north are friends of the Woe, we'll say.
Yeah,
We're part of that scene as well to a degree. I think I can
mm,
say that at this stage. So
yeah,
if anyone comes calling from up there, if they want us, we come, we play,
yeah.
and it's for a great cause, obviously. And we have never played with Sky Pilot before, as far as I am aware, Gareth. So this could be the first. possibly.
Yes, I think you're right. I think we talked about doing a few gigs a
Yeah,
few years back, and it just didn't happen.
didn't
So
happen. So
yeah,
that's
the
another
stars didn't
thing to,
align on that
yeah.
one.
And then Bad Boat, we go way back with Bad Boat. So like as Gareth himself said, once the lineup started coming together, I was like,
Mm.
yeah, I'm delighted to be part of this, like, you know. And again, Steve is another good friend of mine who would more or less do anything for. So
Yeah.
as you know, he's straight away I said yeah. So I tell the lads, so because we're not really doing a lot of gigs at the moment. My live thing is more with Ghosts of War at the minute, but
Okay.
like we are at the minute writing for an album, so that's kind of taking precedence. But we're absolutely dying to play this gig.
Class. And Steve, going back to the first one, can you remember a specific moment that stood out the most for you on that night?
Um, I don't know. I think it was just whenever I finished playing with Haint, and because that was the end of my performance for that night, because it was
Hmm.
obviously I had the both bands on. But once I finished that, and I just seeing just how many people there was there, and how much of a how good a form it was, and how good an atmosphere that there had actually
Yeah.
been. It was just like, I mean, considering the reason why everyone was there, that kind of felt that bit like a victory in itself,
Yeah.
because I mean, we're all there sort of celebrating and having a good time, and that's kind of a way to basically say, like, fuck you, cancer,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, no, that I think that was it. It was just sort of how do we look out and saw that it had been going down and people were enjoying themselves as much as they were. That was whenever it all sort of fell into place, and it felt worthwhile.
Yeah. I
So.
mean, also because you were the organizer and you had to play, you're going into the same scenario
Hmm.
this year. What's been more stressful this time around, do you think?
Well, getting the raffle prizes, I mean, you don't like to be going to people cap in hand, sort of saying, "Look, I've got this thing coming up. Could you send me a bunch of stuff that I can give it away in a raffle?" Kind of thing. You always feel like a wee bit of an idiot doing that, but it had to be done because again, it was another thing that I wanted to sort of go a wee bit better than I did last time, kind of thing. So I was kind of shooting for the moon with it in a lot of cases, but that kind of got a wee bit stressful because for a while there I wasn't really sort of hearing back from people. But then when everything started to sort of come through, that took a lot of the pressure off. Like, I mean, in terms of the performance type thing, like, I mean, I haven't been in Bad Boat since about 2018.
Yeah.
So, but the thing was, because I had been involved with it for as long as I had, I mean, I knew the songs came back to me fairly like straight away. They never really left. So, excuse me, in terms of that, that was more fun than anything else. As I say, just
Yeah.
so yeah, that was the only real sort of stress that there's been. There's obviously the stress of like you look at the demographics of who said that they're going and what the ticket sales and stuff are like, and there's obviously a wee bit of a worry. It's just like, what if nobody arrives, kind of thing. But I mean, that's to be expected. I think anybody who organizes gig has
Mm.
that worry
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Uh,
And Gareth, like, do you think the stories like Ian are part of why people connected so strongly with this, and especially the first event, like, 'cause
Yeah, I think so. It's sort of Ian was very open about, what was going on with him and
he was,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Which actually I found it was quite interesting to see him sort of, doing that and having that courage, and I think it really kind of brought it home to a lot of people that it was, it was something that affected, and it was okay to sort of be open about it and say, this is what's happening here, this is what I'm doing, and it definitely connected with a lot of people. I remember on the day of the previous one, there was a lot of emotions flying about, and a
yeah,
lot of people were sort of, plenty of smiles, a lot of stories being shared and stuff like that, and it was just, yeah, it was. it connects with people in a very real way, because there's very, very few people that are lucky enough not to have had some experience of this, either themselves or a family member or something like that at some point in their lives, you know. So it's yeah, it's I think that's where the connection is, because it is very, very real to people, and everybody has something, you know, a
Yeah.
story to tell about it. So that's, yeah, it's a great thing that he's doing, you know. So yeah, hopefully there'll be another £3,000 built up
Yeah.
this
Yes,
time.
open.
Do love
Yep.
it. Hmm.
Yeah, and even looking at the lineup, Carl, with yourselves included, sometimes events like these, even for what it is, you know, it also shows the strength of the local metal scene, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, like, you know, you get two. Let's be honest, you get two big local bands like us and Skypile wanting and willing and ready to do this, and you get the old boys. Not that we're young, but the old boys from
Yeah.
from Bad Boat back in as well. It's gonna be just amazing. And then, like, I know I've kind of talked about the old boys, but there's the new bands as well. I mean, I am keeping in touch of most of them. Obviously, not the boat sang apologies about that, but you know, like, it's the scene is just, it's still going from strength to strength. I'm at the end of my career, we'll say.
No,
So it's
you're not. No, you're
well,
not.
no,
You're,
to
you're
a point.
maturing like a fine wine, Carl.
To a point. It's nice to see that the future is in good hands,
Yes,
basically.
very much so.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Mhm.
yeah, and it's nice to see the likes of Foreign Wolf, and also maybe tell people about Fulgurite, I should say, maybe even. And if you want to take that one, Gareth, for those that don't know too much about them.
Sure. Yeah, they've just done. They played in the Metal to the Masses there, sort of as their first few gigs, and they're starting to get other gigs. And yeah, it's very sort of, you know, really heavy stoner doom type music. You know, you've got Aaron's powerful vocals. You know, you've got obviously Ando and Keith are just seasoned. You know, they just know what they're doing, and Johnny's come in there and guitar, and they've got a really, really interesting sound. You know, and it's, yeah, they'll certainly be loud and memorable. So they will. But no, they're the great bunch of lads. I've known those boys for God knows how many years now. You know, back in the day when they played in various other bands themselves. You know, so they'll, even though to some point they're relatively new, they're not really a new band, if you know what I mean, because they all know what they're at, and the songs they have, the stuff that I've seen them do on stage, they're gonna really bring it. Like, so they are. So I think everybody who hasn't seen them is going to be really impressed with them. So
Yeah, class. And just going back to your own band, Steve, Bad Boat, whereabouts are ye in relation to this? You've been rehearsing have you had a few rehearsals together now at this stage, or?
Well, we've had quite a few.
Okay.
I mean, I floated the idea with Al, bass player, about, I suppose it would have been last year, but last August or so. And so we sort of started, like, him and John Boy sometimes would have come up to mine, and
Mm,
I just got the electric kit out and we would have just jammed in our living room kind of thing, just to start it off. And then once that got a wee bit tighter, then we moved down to the proper practice room for the full rehearsals. Um, and no, they've been going pretty well. And then we've added a second guitarist now.
oh,
And yeah, I
phew,
yeah. So that's we put ourselves under a bit of pressure, and we put him under a bit of pressure there as well. But
mm,
no, he's very good. Like, he's a brilliant rhythm player. Funnily enough, I went to a gig when I was 13. It was the first time I ever saw live music. He was playing, and I
what?
entered the band. Yeah, and then the band that he was playing in, I ended up joining them 2 years later. And so, I mean, me and him go back like decades. So, and as
Jesus.
I say, he'd been out of the way. But in terms of like a rhythm guitarist, he's about as tight as you'll get. He's
Oh,
really good.
I can almost
So
feel the heaviness from here.
well, that's the hope. Yeah.
Okay, I've a track for you. I'm going to play a bit of it from Bad Boat. It's The Pale, bringing you all back to when times were fucking really
No.
heavy. Fucking hell, lads, that still sounds so good, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Fucking deadly.
And I get to say
Try
that.
that, Carl.
Oh yeah, fucking deadly.
What? When did you cross paths, Carl? That yourselves and Bad
God.
Boat?
A very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but we would have played a lot with Bad Boat over the years. We did a bit of a little tour as well a good few years ago as well. We played Dublin, Waterford, and Belfast. But like we've always had that link. If we ever ask them to play with us, they'll play. And the same. You've never. It's rare that we say no to playing with Bad Boat. I don't think we've ever said no. So, but I mean, like they've just a sound all to their own. It's fucking deadly. Like Tom is a fucking great frontman. He's really a legend, a fucking legend. So, it's always interesting. You never know what you're gonna get with Tom when he's on stage. So,
part of the fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, you've been releasing singles and stuff lately, Carl. It's great to see, man. The last two songs you released through that EP was class. And getting Kelvin as well to do the artwork, which is so cool. What are you planning for this? Like, how's the set list coming along for it? Without you don't have to get into too much details.
Yeah, no problem. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know if you remember, one of our founding members passed away last year. It's John Nesbitt.
John, yeah.
So John started the Woe off with me. So we're kind of doing an awful lot of, like, not for the foreseeable future now, but for a little while, kind of songs from that era. So we're just bringing a lot of older songs back, and just for a little bit of memory for John. Like, it's mainly for us to kind of, because it's been hard. To be honest with you, has been hard for me for the last year or whatever it is. So you'll see an awful lot of John in the set, like. So he would have written, as I say, we're bringing out songs that we haven't played in years. There's a song we're playing that we haven't played in 15 years. So, we've been writing, as you all know, and bringing out new songs and singles and like that. We considered bringing out a couple of brand new songs that were currently finished. But we're just gonna stick to what we have, and because we tend to move away as you get older and you get more product or songs, you move away from the older stuff. Well, we're trying to bring it back a little bit more because the band's 21 now, So
Fucking hell,
we're just
man.
trying to,
Wow.
yeah, just trying to bring back some old stuff, you know.
Yeah, and this is actually a
It's
very
typical,
valid
isn't it?
point.
Like,
I think a lot of the time when bands move away from the older stuff is these bands would be probably more UK and American bands that are touring constantly. So therefore they're conscious of the fact that they want to be bringing the same set to people if they're doing a tour every year or 2 years, you know, whereas that's a lovely idea for what you're doing, you know. And I don't know what as well, it probably will help a bit with the grieving side of it, you know.
Well, I have to say, the two gigs we've played since he passed, the first one was very hard. It was a memorial gig for him. We have a backdrop of John's silhouette. You've probably seen that, Richie, with the logo in the middle of it, and it's amazing. It does help. It really does help. And then I don't know if you saw that as well. We had Lar on stage with us again for the first time. Yeah. And that was, again, there was a lot more healing with that as well. And it was very emotional, you know? So like the band is kind of taking a turn for me in a weird way, in a sense of it's getting me through more than it ever did before. Nice. Because like John was the first of all of our group of friends that's passed away. Yeah. You know, and so like we all have different levels of friendship and grief for John. So, and it's not a case where I would say, "Oh, I miss him more than you," or you know, we all have stories to share. We all have, we all remember writing songs with him, and you know, I remember just to veer off quickly, if you don't mind, when we had our very first two Tales of Woe jam, we drank an awful lot back in those days, and myself, Lar, and one of the other lads walked in with a box of 24 bottles of Miller each for one rehearsal. And John was one of them as well. And my old band, Chosen, were actually trying out a singer from my position in that room. And just as they finished, we're walking in. It's sod's law, isn't it? We're walking in with the boxes of beer, and of course Lar was in Chosen as well. And the lads are just looking at us like disgusted, and we're just like, we're here to fucking have fun and drink beer.
Yeah,
what are you gonna fucking do? And John like that. John was with us, and he was just like, "That's exactly what we're gonna fucking do." And we said that to those lads, like, you know, and it just, you know, we just hit it off from there. So
imagine 20, how many years?
21.
Fuck me, lads, that's serious.
Yeah,
fucking hell. And I'm gonna play actually one of the newer songs. This is such a great song, Carl. This is "Sleeping with Swords" from Two Tales of Woe.
I'm haunted by emotions so profound.
Class, man. Was that Michael Richards?
Yeah, track mix. Yeah, he's been doing our stuff for the last year or two now, and
so fucking fresh, man. It's
it's breathed new life into us. I think, you know. I mean, you know, a lot of the stuff is a little bit more faster paced than we used to have. But that's just the mix of the boys, and you know, we'll play anything. It could be, you could come up with like a disco song once I can sing to it. You know, that's not going to happen. But I'm just saying we have that freedom. You know, we're enjoying our music more than we've ever done, which is great. You know, and that's what we should be doing with our music, is enjoying it.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, spot on. Gareth, with Sky Pilot at the moment, you're working on stuff in the background. How hard is it to compile a set list for this?
It was fairly straightforward. Actually.
Are you defaulting?
Again, because we haven't played in such a long time, we were kind of we'd got to the point where we were just really itching to get back at it.
Okay.
And we'd been basically, you know, constantly just trying to, you know, rehearse together, doing new songs, new material and things like that there. And when it came around to doing some of the older stuff, it was kind of like a bit of a comfort blanket, and just threw them on again. So it was actually nice to play some of those songs again. So yeah, no, the sets, it wasn't difficult at all, you know. So there'll be a good mix on it of sort of, you know, stuff from the last three albums, and you know, and a couple of new songs potentially as well, if I get my finger out and get the lyrics written for it.
Yeah, so I was there looking through all your stuff, you know, and so this is the song I went with. So here it is. Better make the set list, hombre. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yes, of course. Yeah. That's a fucking classic.
Gonna have to call a band meeting after this now.
So, Steve, the raffle played a huge part the last time. you know, and getting bands like Therapy, 10 Ton Slug, Slomatics donating, how much does that kind of support mean to you personally? Like,
That's fantastic. That is just
mm,
that means that in the world to me. Because I mean, obviously, there's certain bands that you can't ask them to play because no, they're it's just not viable for them to do it.
mm,
And so to have the likes of that, to have the likes of them. I mean, as I say, we had Paradise Lost last time, sent a load of stuff over. And then this time we've had Therapy. I mean, 10 Ton Slug have sent us so much. I mean, they would have been another band that I would have considered asking, but I mean, they're playing McClutch the following Wednesday or Thursday, as far as I know.
yes,
So
that's correct.
I know which gig I would have preferred to play. So
Yeah.
no, just having people get back to you about that and having them be so kind about it.
Yeah.
It's really humbling, and it gives you a wee bit of um a push that you're actually that what you're doing is worthwhile, and to keep doing it because you do have that support from people. I mean, we've still got. I think there's still a couple of things to come. I don't want to be saying anything too
Mm.
much just yet, but apart from well, I have been I've had word from Curb Dog, believe it or not, Gareth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Apparently they're going to be sending some stuff up as well,
Nice.
and well, they've been really cool about it, kind of thing. So, no, that means the absolute word because it really did push the total up the last time. It
Okay.
it was why the thing was so successful and why the final total was as much as it was because of the fact that the prizes in the raffle were they were good, and people wanted them, and I have a suspicion it'll be the same this time round.
Yeah.
Um,
So like if anybody that's watching this, bands and artists still it's still not too late to
No,
donate stuff.
absolutely not. No, they can get in contact with me like via Facebook. I'm on Instagram as well, but I don't really use
Yeah.
it that much. And I got to mention as well that Slomatics, they were last time round they gave this massive package of stuff, and they were hugely generous about it. And so I this time around I wasn't going to ask them because it's just you don't want to stick the arm in, you know. But they
Mm.
contacted me, and then I met Marty, and the stuff that they have given me is just the raffle is just crazy.
Yeah.
So like whenever you've got generosity like that from people, especially with a band of their sort of stature,
Mm.
Yeah.
it's very good. It makes the whole thing feel very sort of worthwhile. The effort feel very worthwhile.
Yeah,
You do,
I think it's incredible, and the fact there's such a great strength with the metal community when it comes to stuff like that. And you
Yeah,
know something like this showcases it really, doesn't it, lads?
100%, 100%.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, that's something that I've definitely found people are just they're very keen to help as much as they can. It's very good. It's really nice to see. And
I mean, what does beating last year's 3000 would mean to you personally, Steve? Like,
personally, it would be a huge victory. It would feel like a huge victory. It would feel like I put a wee bit of good into the world, you know. 'Cause say
yeah,
last time I was pleased with I was really pleased with the total before, but I, I think we can do better. And obviously, whenever the money's going where it's going, it'll be I'll sleep better at night, kind of thing, knowing that I've been able to at least sort of put a wee bit more, put something into the likes of
Mm.
those charities and stuff. Because I mean, the things that they do are just they don't get anywhere near enough credit or enough support, even though they do get a lot of support, but it's still not enough.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, so it'll be very nice. It'll be a very sort of validating feeling to know that I've beaten my own record, kind of thing. Because I mean, there's no point in doing it if I'm going to do it half-assed this time, you know?
yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
Gareth, like maybe just because Carl hasn't obviously played it before, maybe if you just give an idea to people who are thinking of going and the bands as well? Could you maybe just describe the atmosphere of the last one?
The atmosphere was one. There was a lot of, as I said, there's a lot of emotions flying around,
Hmm.
a lot of stories being told in the crowd, but generally the atmosphere was fantastic. There was just a real buzz
Yeah.
about it the whole time. You could just feel it, even in between the bands. There was just seemed like there was constant activity and everybody talking and having fun and lots of laughing going on and lots of, everybody, obviously up supporting the bands and the excitement around the raffle and stuff as well. And just the whole day was just a bit of a buzz, really. It really was. Just the atmosphere was, you could almost reach out and touch the atmosphere the last time. It was really, really cool. So it was. So yeah, absolutely. Everybody who can come down should come down to it because they're gonna have a good day out. They
Yeah.
really, really are. Like, and they'll be deaf at the end of it as well.
Yeah. And they don't have to go to work the next day because it's a bank holiday.
Oh,
So
better.
Exactly. That's that. Yeah.
by design.
Just logistics wise, then, Steve, for I suppose again, loading in, loading out, who's doing sound engineer, and just a
As far as I know, they have an in-house sound man.
okay,
So it'll be whoever that is. I don't know names as yet as such, like. But
Surprise.
I would imagine it's someone who knows the venue pretty well, so
yeah.
I'm not too worried about that. I would imagine everybody will be satisfied with the sound that they get. Um,
Loading in, loading out, is there space to pull up? It's not like Cork where you're fucked immediately.
no, there's a fair bit of space, and there's different wee units and things like that as well. So I'll know a wee bit more closer to the time, but I think a lot of the gear is being it's going to be sort of shared anyway, so it'll just be breakables
Okay,
and things like that
okay.
that'll need stored. But I don't think it'll pose that much of a problem really. Like there is a fair amount of space in it. I mean, the center itself it's pretty big. It's pretty like, sprawling kind of thing.
Hmm.
So there'll be that,
So,
and then there'll be the vendors and stuff as well. He'll be selling a few wee things too.
oh yeah, maybe give them a shout out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I have a friend who does sort of embroideries and things like that. She's gonna have a stall there. And then as far as I know, there's a girl who does sort of alternative clothing. Um she's gonna be providing some stuff as well. And then my friend Andy from Fireworks, the guy who does all the wood burning
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
out there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
the spoons guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Just phones.
the spoons guy. He's gonna have a few things. I don't know if he'll have a stall, but he'll have a few things down there. There's
Okay.
he's branched out a wee bit, and now he's got engravings and things that he does, sort of like pure metal engravings and things, and he's got a few of them that he's made specially for it. So that'll be worth seeing as well because they're very very good. And I mean he's already made some wee bits and pieces for the bands as well
That's right. Yeah.
to be sold on the day. So yeah, we'll have a few wee things. As far as I know, that's all the vendors that I have confirmed so far. But if there's anybody else who's watching who would be interested in having a stall, they can by all means
There's
contact
plenty of
me.
room there anyway.
Yeah, there should be room for at least another one or two, hopefully.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested in having a stall at it, I'll I'll be very very glad to accommodate them. And
Yeah. What's
and
your
oh,
merch catalog like nowadays for Tales of Woe, Carl? Have you much
It's
stuff to bring up with you?
it's very low, but what we have, we will
Impoverished, is
bring.
it?
Yeah, yeah. Um, I was hoping to have a new T-shirt ready for this, but just it didn't happen. But like we'll have a small amount of stuff left
Yeah.
that we can, and anything we do sell on the night obviously goes to the charity. So
no, I don't really want to be. I don't like to do that. To be
no,
honest with you.
that's the way it is. Like that's the way. If that gets sold, we're not doing it for anything. We're
Well,
doing it for the love of it. So we're doing it for.
no, that's true, and I'm very much appreciated. But as I say,
Absolutely.
it just obviously bands at our level and stuff like that. There, the merch can be life's blood, really, especially if you're going out and tour and stuff like that. There, so if bands are bringing merch to sell, they're under no obligation to add it to the total because I mean they're
But
already
look,
donating their time and they're coming and
Steve,
playing gigs for me.
the way I'd look at that is, we're all trying to make this the best that it can be.
No,
So if in some small way,
mm,
that we can make for it goes to it, and that's just the way it is. Like,
well, I'm not gonna turn you down, but
free money.
yeah. So no, I do very much appreciate that. But again, that's something that's up to the bands themselves. Nobody will be thinking any of the less of them if they because they're already going above and beyond by playing the thing. So if
Nice.
I would be wary of asking them to donate the profits from their merch as well, because taking money out of their pocket. Like,
Yeah.
so depending on what each individual wants to do, there'll be no argument from me.
I'd
So,
say once you can
whatever.
get them parking anyway, the Dublin lads wouldn't be ones to complain, you know. And
You have it there. Always the parking. Always the parking.
It is, yeah.
I would like to tell you that it's going to be different this time, but I can't. I don't know.
I know it
I
won't
don't
be
drive,
different.
so I couldn't really tell you.
And Gareth, how are you with the vinyl and stuff? From
We have a few left. Probably less than we thought we would be left with, which is always a good
that's
thing.
a good
So,
thing, man.
It's a good sign.
we'll be
yeah.
bringing some of those along definitely, and there'll be some contributions from us as well, obviously, on that front too, Steve. So, especially now since Carl's put us under pressure, you know.
Sorry.
It wasn't me. It was Carl.
I'm joking. No, it's yeah, we'll be bringing whatever merch we have again. We sort of, because we haven't really been doing an awful lot with regards to sort of touring around or playing gigs. We haven't been doing our merch is sort of run down a bit now too, but we have a few bits and pieces left and things like that. So there'll be t-shirts, vinyls, CDs, those kind of things. We've a few hats and things left, little bits and pieces. It all adds up.
Absolutely.
It does indeed. It does indeed. So anybody that's watching that, please come down. It's the 24th of May. It's a Saturday. It starts, doors open at 4 p.m., Steve, and it's on till 10. It's in the Oya Centre in Belfast, obviously, and fantastic lineup. Cancer Puncher 2. We've got Bad Boat, Two Tales of Woe, Sky Pilot, Farn Wolf, Fulgurite, yeah.
Fulgurite.
Yeah, Fulgurite. I know I'd struggle with it. And the boat sank with whatever vocalists they're bringing on the night. And that'd be pretty special. So, listen, thanks again, Steve, for doing this. It's incredible that you managed to put all your time and effort to get a second one out. And I'm sure the benefits far outweigh the stresses further down the line for sure.
Well, it certainly did last time, so hopefully that'll be the case. Yeah.
Yeah. So Carl, Gareth, and Steve, thanks for coming on the show. And please, people, support this. And even if people can't go, Steve, they can still buy a ticket and it'll still go to the cause. Correct?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's the best way of doing it. Yeah. Okay. Thanks a million, lads. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Rich.
Thanks,
you.
Richard. Cheers.
Cheers, Richard. Thanks.